Asylum is a key member of the Audiofeed Music Festival. It began at Cornerstone as a ministry to the Goth subculture. When Cornerstone came to an end in 2012, the Asylum was among the groups who were not ready to accept that end and sought out the next chapter. That next chapter was Audiofeed, held in conjunction with the Road Dog Cafe and other generator stages from the Cornerstone era. Audiofeed currently hosts the Arkansas stage, Black Sheep stage, Radon stage, and Golgotha stage, where most of the music takes place as well as some seminars. The Road Dog Cafe provides artist hospitality. There are some smaller cultural-based tents as well. The Imaginauts is an area for gamers and movie folks. The Anchor Ministry Tent is a place for prayer, teachings, and a little bit more music. The Asylum is a subculture-based ministry tent at Audiofeed Music Festival. Though it is focused primarily on the Goth community, it is open to all. We have coffee and snacks available late into the night to enjoy, along with good conversation and ministry to anyone who might need it. Each morning there's a worship service with teaching, and community is made available at each service to those who may want to partake.
When all of this came together, the first year, nobody knew what it was going to look like. Nobody knew if it was going to really amount to anything. Everybody just knew they wanted to keep the Cornerstone thing going. And Ben and Linda, sitting around over way too many cups of coffee in the middle of the night, came up with a plan. They came up with an idea that became a plan that became eventually this. And so Asylum has been foundational to Audiofeed since it was an idea. And so we want to, when you're over and you see Linda, thank her for it. You see Ben, thank him for it. Okay? These guys have put in a lot of work. Tony, I know you and Tara put in a lot of work. I know the rest of you have too. That it does not matter if every band that gets up there sucks. It matters. Now hopefully that doesn't happen. But it doesn't matter. What matters is that people hear the gospel. That people find Jesus Christ through the music. I posted a while back about Audiofeed and what really matters. The only thing I care about is helping people figure out their relationship with Christ at this time. Right? I don't care if anybody gets a contract. I don't care if anybody gets paid. Hopefully we'll all sell enough merch to come back next year. But other than that, and even that, God will make a way. So in all the busyness of it, remember guys, it's about the relationships that we build, it's about the witness that we show, and it's about how we do it.
Barb, tenacity, enter into all kinds of space. And as promised Moses, as he led Israel through the wilderness, go before us everything we do. Every cup of coffee, every song by every band, every set, every discussion, every meal. Just turn this festival into something that changes the relationship, transforms and grows the relationship with every single person who comes to the gates, to celebrate, to have a good time, hang out.
Thank you for everybody who's gathered here today, for all of the favor that you've shown us, for the safety that you've given us to get here, for the means that you've given us to get here. And I know, Lord, that there are some people who came here without the means to get home. So I pray to provide for them. raise up to your glory in the name of Christ Jesus. We're going to do, we got a kind of a two-stage thing here. We're going to ask you to come up for communion, kind of get on the line, and Ben's going to anoint you, and we'll give you this. We're going to ask you to take it back, and we're not going to do it together because these things are bare to open, and we didn't want to have to wait. Have you guys wait here till afternoon? The last guy to get it open. On the night that he was betrayed, Jesus took the bread and he broke it, and he said, "This is my body, which is broken for you." In the same manner, he took the cup and he said, "This is the new covenant in my blood shed for the forgiveness of sins. As often as you eat this and drink this, do so in remembrance of me." It's not about how often we do it. It's about the manner in which we take it. When we feel bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Praise God, 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 praise God. Now may the grace of the Lord Jesus Christ, the fellowship of the Holy Spirit, be and abide with you all, now and forevermore. Amen.
The Asylum partnered with Grave Robbers Ministry to host GothiCon, with the theme being the family reunion. I attended a GothiCon in Cincinnati at the 86 Club in the summer of 2011. There were a couple other attempts since then to do a GothiCon, but nothing seemed to work out until 5 years later at Audiofeed. Once again, there was a plan to make a documentary of the GothiCon experience, but those plans ended up being scrapped. When I learned of this, I decided I would take the footage I had available to me and make this, an unauthorized documentary of the Asylum and GothiCon 2016, a family reunion that took place at Audiofeed Music Festival.
Like the day before I was born, and the day when I was married, and the day after I die. Warm, fleeting feelings of the sacred
here for ministry. And when I say the word ministry, some of us are more religious than others. Some people, ministry means to encourage each other. Some people think ministry means to teach someone this deep spiritual lesson. whatever it is. What I personally like to do, because I don't know everything, is I like to ask God every single day. I like to get up and say, first of all, Lord, forgive me for falling short. And God, help me to be the person you want me to be today, whatever that is. And help me to be a positive influence, a blessing, an encouragement to others around me. And it can be at work, it can be at the gas station, or it can be this guy at this festival where I just performed the worst concert in history.
With GothiCon occurring at Audiofeed Music Festival, it created a unique experience for this year's event. Folks could hang out late into the night on the festival grounds. They could camp if they wanted to stay on site enduring the elements, or go to a nearby hotel. Folks were free to experience the rest that Audiofeed had to offer outside the confines of the Asylum to get a cross-cultural experience if they wished. Some of the bands also played other stages, and some of the speakers who wouldn't necessarily identify themselves as goth were given the chance to speak in the Asylum during the day as well. Another new element this year was the autism panel to help give insight into this condition, led by leaders of both the Grave Robbers Ministry and
It's because God wants to do something through your life. You are gifted. You have gifts. God wants to use your gift to bring Jesus' light into the world. And I just want to encourage you that the church today and the apostles and prophets are people who are weeping over the church today, because they're like Jeremiah, who wept and said, why is the church not doing what it's supposed to do? Why is God not showing up on the horizon? It's because there's something expected of us, folks. We got to now start living like Christians. We got to start now opening our mouths and being Christians. We have to start sharing out of it. It says, let the redeemed of the Lord say so.
Call it a disorder, I'd call it a gifting. I'm gifted in certain areas. With electronics, I keep this place running. It's my sound system. I keep the lights on. I fix anything that breaks down in here, get it going before our show starts. Gifted in that area. I like antiques. I like the past. I have a fascination with antique fans. I have hundreds of them. I'm known all over the world on antique fans. Another gifting. I was reading a book on autism that people with autism can be fascinated with those things. I also get very attached to things like Cornerstone. And the thing that tipped me off to looking at autism as a possibility of what was wrong with me. Last year, I was talking with a person in this tent. I won't mention names because I don't have permission. Anyways, this person was telling me when I left Cornerstone, I would have to walk around and say goodbye to everything. I'd have to walk back through the merch tent. I'd have to walk the whole grounds. I'd have to look at the main stage. I'd have to look at the shower facilities. And I'd have to say goodbye to everything. And if I didn't do that, it would bother me for months. And I looked at him and I said, really? I did the same thing. Why? And he said, well, I'm autistic. I said, I would have never known. And that's what clued me into what was wrong with me, so to speak. And I started searching the internet and reading. And I was convinced, and then I went for that professional diagnosis. And now I'm just in a process of where I've learned a lot off the internet. And now I'm going to start meeting with an autism specialist, just discussing life and finding out how to manage things a little bit better.
I'm not saying that every autistic person is the same. Bill and I are on the spectrum of high-functioning autism. So we tend to have the ability to do a lot of things that are very technical, focused. We can really zero in on problems and work on things. But there are things that don't involve other people. we're real good at being by ourselves, and going to anything like a wedding, funeral, parties, get-togethers, even going to church sometimes was very stressful to me, and I would avoid it a lot. But I found that after I got someplace, like to a party, and Donna was really good at getting me out there as far as meeting and encouraging me to meet other people. Once I started doing that, once I got to a place, even though I was stressed out about it, I actually started enjoying myself. I mean, it was just more of I had to be pushed out a little bit. I had to get pushed out of a comfort zone to get to the point where I could enjoy myself with other people. And Donna's been a great help in doing that. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people with autism that don't have a real good support mechanism for them. And that's one thing that if you're an autistic person really needs is support from people who are not going to judge them for their quirkiness or their oddity. And I noticed it over the years. The reason I got this poster up here of Spock was he was my hero when I was a kid. And I think a lot of times that people seem to think that I wanted to be like Spock. I don't think that's what it was when I was growing up. It's because I identified with Spock. Because I could see myself in him, the way he acted. Because that's the way I acted. So when a lot of people thought I was trying to be like him, no I wasn't. I was already like him, and I admired him for it. So that's why I picked this poster. I thought it was pretty cool. I even have a t-shirt with the same thing. So the counseling and finally realizing what it is that I have has helped me a lot. I've been fortunate in many areas, I've been blessed in many areas as far as finding the kind of work I really like. I'm in the IT area. I love working with computers. And it's, like I said, it's another way of not working with people, unfortunately. But I've been blessed in that a lot of the places I've worked, the people that I work with seem to appreciate what I can do. And they like me for what I am. So that has been great. I mean, I've been in the IT business almost 40 years. So to have that kind of run, like with someone with autism, is pretty good, I think. But I have found that if you're autistic, it's not the end of the world. In fact, it's something that could probably open up a lot of opportunities for you if you can just get the kind of support you would need from family, friends, people who understand, and if you can let them know what you're going through. A lot of times I've found people are very supportive. At least most people I've met are.
One of the focuses of the GothiCon family reunion was to gather together and reconnect with folks we only get to see once a year or every few years at events such as these. One evening, a Fear Fest was put on. There were prizes and carnival games and fun for all.
That was an angle. It's like I'm swimming away quickly. Mine's trying to get away.
What do you do with this Wednesday? get any of your choice of 5 credits. If you miss all 3, you get only off the table.
What if you get all 3?
Still only get your choice of 1 of the 5.
Did you get 3 tries? One side, big win.
His name is Jimmy.
Jimmy, you didn't cover.
There's also a Christmas in July event, and many bands played the Asylum stage, such as White Collar Sideshow, Leper, Dark Valentine, Dead Artist Syndrome, Insomniac Folklore, and an acoustic set from Grave Robber. Many of these bands played other stages as well.
It's been really encouraging to me to be around other believers. I think for a long time I've had a chip on my shoulder about the church world and how it always seems like we're building up these gated communities and we don't want people to escape. When really all of these moments, these festivals, our churches are really, or should be, just schools to learn how to live outside of the church. How to love the Lord with our heart, mind, and soul, and go and love and serve other people. Jesus never said start a band to do that, or a festival, or a church, or whatever. That's our God-given duty. And so many times, this band, our music, sex, anything, technology, Facebook, iPhones, there's so many distractions in this planet that takes the focus off of the Lord. And it's so hard to get into a routine of focusing on the Lord with our heart, mind, and soul. Light up the tent! Light up the tent! Light up the tent! Light up the tent! The tent! The tent!
Just
contained within the Asylum and GothiCon at Audiofeed Music Festival. Hula hoops, ninjas, tiny bikes, unicycles, big bubbles, you name it. It was all over the festival grounds.
Wine may be a mocker, beer may be a brawler, but we are all fools. Wine may be a mocker, beer may be a brawler, but we are all fools. It's useless, all of this is useless, useless, let's chase after the wind. Be a banker, I might be a bard, and you might be a lawyer one day, sir, but we all have it hard. And what does all this mean anyway? What does it mean to me? It's useless. All of this is useless. It's useless. So let's chase after the wind.
learn to listen. And I can't tell you how to do that. Like only God can teach you how to listen and how to rest. You know? And basically what happens, I think, is we become by being. us because we have messed this up. And the American church is so good at this one, because what we do is we think we become like God by being like Him instead of being with Him. Can you see the difference? I can pretend to be like God, and as you've all heard, I'm sure, from my language this weekend, it's not a game I play well. But when we pretend to be like God, when we do that, we try and become like God. It's just an external thing, you know? And we end up just playing the part. And Jesus had a lot to say about people that play the part. It's possible that Jesus actually coined the phrase hypocrite as we understand it now. That comes from the Greek hypocrites, which was an actor that wore a mask. Like, we're good at being like God. But we suck at being with Him. So we just got to learn how to be with Him, how that works.
Listen to your parents, but don't trust the government. Don't trust the government. Don't trust the government. Listen to your parents, but don't trust the government. That's just a good idea.
Nice singing, guys. Everybody.
Listen to your parents, but don't trust the government. Don't trust the government. Don't trust the government. Don't trust the government. That's just a good idea. Listen to your parents, but don't trust the government. Don't trust the government. Don't trust the government. Listen to your parents, but don't trust the government. That's just a good idea.
One more time.
Listen to your parents, but don't trust the government.
She's a black widow, never been married. She's a black widow, never been married. Oh, she's gonna paint her face white, go out dancing tonight. Paint her face white, go out dancing tonight. Oh, she says,
Preachers make good salesmen, politicians make good crooks. Sometimes you can't tell which is which, no matter how you look. So how you gonna let it
shine? She's a black widow, never been married. 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 Oh, Lord,
This is a revolution!